Who's ready for another transfer window? This guy! Time to make a couple of signings in January. As ever, guys, please do continue to hit the like button. We've hit continually 3,000 on every single video. Please, let's keep that streak going. And judging by my analytics, 40% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. Those of you that are watching this Everton series, hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss a video. And especially all of you, whether you're subscribed currently or not, hit the notification bell and set it to all notifications, and you'll get an alert every single time a video goes live. But your support on this series continually has been absolutely superb, so please keep it coming. I've got one name on my shortlist already, or one player that I'm absolutely going to buy in this video already, and then I'm really going to need your feedback in the comment section of this episode before I can record tomorrow's and end the transfer window with suggestions for another player. Rather unsurprisingly, as it's now been officially confirmed, I'm going to try and buy Ben Godfrey from Norwich. That would mean that we can then send Tomori back to Chelsea, or at least not play him and wait for Chelsea to recall him. I might as well keep the numbers in the squad whilst I can. I'm also looking for, please guys, I need a winger. Not a first team winger. I'm looking for someone that can be backup to Zaha and Richarlison. Backup winger to Zaha and Richarlison. And let me know, I asked you this in the last episode as well. It has now been confirmed as well that Moise Kean has gone to PSG on loan. In real life, I kind of feel that is because he hasn't been getting any first team football at Everton. We're trying to give him some. So the scenario in which that he's left isn't really the same scenario in which he finds himself in this save. So I'm less inclined to follow the outgoings with regards to that loan than I am the incomings with regards to Ben Godfrey. Definitely going to sign Ben Godfrey. Let me know down below. Do I let Moise Kean go on loan, or do I keep him at the club and have him as my backup striker? Let me know. I'm going to need your feedback. I've got some names on the shortlist that I've just plucked from the previous few episodes before you've seen me ask about wingers, etc. One being Emi Buendia, another Norwich player, of course. I've got scout reports coming back on all of these guys, although they're going to take a couple of weeks. Matthias Zaracho, Kamaldeen Sulemana, a Ghanaian left winger from Nordsjælland. I never know how to pronounce that, I apologise. In Norway, and then Pedro Neto is a player that I've always wanted to try in career mode and never actually have taken the plunge. So there are four names I've got on the list already. Obviously, Zaracho can play centrally or out wide, but with the ability to retrain positions this year, doesn't really matter that much, does it? You can kind of shoehorn players into wherever you want to play them. So his physical stats definitely would lean towards playing out wide. But please, let me know some more feedback in the comment section down below with more offerings. I have currently £37.12 million. Obviously, we are in the process of selling Theo Walcott to Atalanta. That deal should go through very soon. So I'll have a little bit more money from that one. Fingers crossed he agrees contract terms. Then we're looking to sell Yannick Blassie as well, although I've had zero interest in him all year, let alone just leading up to this January transfer window. We've got Grimsby in the FA Cup to start today. I'll play all three games today rather than sim the cup game. We want to take the FA Cup seriously, although, again, we'll be heavily rotating to give those fringe players the chance to play and build up their match sharpness, because as the fixture list thickens throughout the course of the season, there you go, Theo Walcott has gone immediately. Absolutely superb. And before we even brought Ben Godfrey in, unfortunately, I've heard again from Chelsea regarding the lack of playing time for Fikayo Tomori while on loan with us. Given that the player's situation hasn't improved, they've advised us that they wish to recall him. To avoid this kind of problem arising again in the future, could I strongly recommend that you look at your current loan policy? Perhaps our focus should be on bringing in only players you believe will be of an immediate and essential use to us as a club. Ooh, getting a bit feisty there in the email, my chief executive. The loan has expired and he's gone back to Chelsea, but that's kind of what we wanted anyway, because Ben Godfrey's going to come in, provided we can agree a fee and contract terms, which I'm pretty sure we should be able to. Mads Paulsen has grown again to 59 from 58 and is looking like he's going to be a wonderful young player for us, although at 18 could really do with his growth starting to snowball a little bit more as well, because 55 rated, just 4 ratings behind, is 15-year-old Murat Aslan, whose potential at 87 to 93 is going to be a worldie for us. Absolute worldie in 2 or 3 seasons' time. Hopefully, he can continue to grow as well. I haven't yet sent any scouts out. I will do that after the January transfer window, once I've got all of my spending done and I know how much money I've got left. I would hate to spend some money on a youth scout now and then not have enough money to bring in the winger that you'd like me to sign. So I'm holding thought on that for the time being. Today, though, we'll play Grimsby in the FA Cup, Sheffield United and Burnley as well. Two sides that we beat handsomely earlier on in the season. We had some handsome victories in the last episode as well, with a 3-0 over Brighton and a 6-0 over Newcastle, after unfortunately losing our first Merseyside derby of the season. So it's FA Cup time, then league football, as we continue to try and get ourselves into the top 4. And hopefully, even if we aren't to get European football via a league finish, we can go all the way in the FA Cup. It's definitely a competition we could win this year, so I am going to try my best to do so and win it. I'm going to go and rotate the side, and then I will see you in-game against Grimsby in a moment. Jonas Lersel's getting a start for me in goal for the very first time. Branthwaite I'm playing with for the very first time, even though he's been used in a couple of simulated games. And Yannick Bolasie gets a start on the right-hand side as Theo Walcott's now gone and we're wanting to sign another winger to, well, fill that role that Yannick Bolasie's currently filling. So fingers crossed we can get all of the dealings done in this window that we're hoping to. Wait and see what the Grimsby Town formation looks like. Let's have a quick look. McKeown, Luke Hendry, Danny Rose as captain. He's a decent player in the midfield. Matt Green is a striker that could cause me issues. I'm not sure what formation they're playing. We'll find out momentarily. A 4-3-3. They're actually playing Green out wide with Williams through the middle. Well, it should be, even with this heavily rotated side, a pretty straightforward fixture. Notice as well the change in the colour of the lines. In the snow, they've actually painted the lines here at Goodison Park in orange. Unfortunately, still using a white ball. So they're halfway there. But I don't know if there is a ball that we could use that's actually in the game. I presume there would be a winter ball. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to manually put it on. But it did the lines itself. Recognised that it was snowy. Put the lines on itself. So well, they're halfway there. Maybe if I report back to EA that we got the lines, but we didn't get the winter ball, then it could be fixed from there. But that's a nice tackle by Branthwaite to start off. Branthwaite's kind of a player at Grimsby's level, really. Like early 60s in rating. League 2 level in rating, which is about where Grimsby are. Getting into Moise Keane. Here's Alex Iwobi. Through nicely to Tom Davies. And Yannick Bolasie could put himself in a shot window here to get an assist, perhaps. Moise Keane. Oh, it's Alex Iwobi that's there to tuck it home. Everton 1, Grimsby 0. After battering Newcastle 6-0 in our very last game. I said yesterday that Grimsby might be in for a pumping. I think the pumping might have started. Edwards inside to Clifton. On a bit of a counter-attack here, Grimsby. Nice dink out wide to Edwards again. Michael Keane trying to track with him. Wearing the captain's armband today. I asked you a couple of episodes ago about who should take the captain's armband in the starting lineup. You guys haven't seen that video as I record this. But I won't be... Oh, they're going to score here, aren't they? No, good save, Lersel. I won't be recording any further from this video until you've seen this video. Because I need that feedback for the wingers. So I'll be able to take all of the feedback from the past few episodes. Some of which has already been implemented anyway. And that I can then add all of it together. And we can be fully up to date. I've been recording ahead. I've been about a day in advance throughout the course of FIFA 21 so far. And you guys have just been absolutely smashing it the entire time. Got them on the counter-attack here. Yannick Bolasie could bury this. I could be cheeky and sweat it, but I'd feel bad about doing that against Grimsby. That's a bit harsh, especially when Yannick Bolasie should be able to finish that himself, which he has done. We have ourselves a 2-0 lead. They came close at the other end with a chance, but unfortunately for them, they fall further behind Grimsby. And we have ourselves a commanding 2-0 lead, and yeah, pumping continues. Bernard will get to the loose ball, though. Through there to Iwobi. Bernard could go again, and we'll find him well. Driving forward here, Bernard will lift it into the middle, and Keane on the volley. Good save by McKeown. Should have buried that. I went for the volley rather than just trying to nod it or side foot it home. Up we go on Montiel with a decent header, and the keeper's just able to keep it out. Still just 2-0 as we approach half-time. So far, Grimsby are the better team that play in black and white stripes than Newcastle United. Oh, he's so far offside. I have no idea why I played that pass. Bolasie forward to Moise Keane. Should have the pace to get away from the defender here. And he's past Omen. And a third. Moise Keane's still doing the business for us when called upon. Like I said, my preference is to keep him at the club and not go through with loaning him out. Because I can't guarantee that it would be PSG that he goes to. So it wouldn't be realistic to just loan him to anyone. Whereas obviously Ben Godfrey has gone definitively from Norwich to Everton. So, I mean, obviously your feedback takes precedence and in this situation, and I will do as you wish. But that's my personal preference for my own, for you to make a fully informed decision. But I'm quite happy with Moise Kean, the way he's been playing, and he does deliver when we need him to. So I'd like to keep him at the club, but you guys have a big say in all of my saves, and will continue to do so. We could get Moise Kean a hat-trick, or we could look to get Iwobi a second goal as well. And Grimsby cannot cope with Everton Football Club. It's 4. They're making a change as Green goes off and, I don't know, generic game face man comes on. We'll find out in a moment. Top left, I imagine. Scannell has come on. Sean Scannell. I think it's Sean. I think it's Sean Scannell. Might be wrong, but I think so. Another corner for Grimsby regardless. With just over, or just under, sorry, half an hour. Oh my God, what a header off the bar. And again, they have scored. Fair play. Making use of set pieces. And Grimsby have a consolation goal. They've got one back. And they certainly are the best team in black and white stripes that we've played most recently in this career mode. Sorry, Newcastle fans. Oh, that's poor. That's really poor. Moise Kean could be set free. He's on a hat-trick. He could be in to get a 5th. Everton 5, Grimsby 0. We are in the most ridiculous goal-scoring form ever. If the next game against... Oh, I can't remember who it's against. Sheffield United goes a similar way as the past couple and this one, and the game against Sheffield United earlier on in the season, I certainly will consider stepping the difficulty up to Ultimate and seeing what it's like this year. I, to this point, haven't played on Ultimate at all on FIFA 21, all told, ever. I know some of you guys have. Let me know your experiences with Ultimate difficulty this year. Is it as broken as was the case last year, or is it slightly better this year and, you know, more of an option, more of a genuine option? Do let me know. It might just be that we're in a ridiculous vein of form, and I'll eventually fall out of it, as can be the case. But we're certainly playing ridiculously well so far, and the past couple of episodes really have been quite high scoring. But we have seen some high scoring games in the Premier League of late, and some rather unexpected ones as well. Hello, Aston Villa, looking at you. So, I mean, it might just be a phase that we're going through, and we will eventually stop scoring quite so many goals. But I certainly would consider upping it to Ultimate if it gets a little bit silly. But for the time being, I'm relatively happy with it. Depends on... We'll wait and see what happens for the rest of the episode with regards to Burnley and Sheffield United games. And from there, we can make a decision. And again, I'd have enough time. Is he offside there, Bernard? I'm not sure. Yeah, he is. From there, obviously, I'm not recording another episode till you've seen this, so I could get your feedback about the difficulty thing as well and act on that next season too. Next episode even, not next season. There's the final whistle. Grimsby's misery is ended by the referee. There were 6 goals in this one as well as the last game of the last episode, but one of them went to the opposition on this occasion. I mean, it's Grimsby Town. I mean, we probably expected a result like that anyway, didn't we, to be fair? Liverpool beating Accrington. Sheffield Wednesday drawing with Arsenal. It's a good result for them. In real life, Sheffield Wednesday obviously with a 12-point deduction subject to appeal. I'm not sure if that's replicated in FIFA. I highly doubt it. It will be in Football Manager, but I highly doubt that's being replicated in FIFA because, again, similarly with the fixtures, the way they code things, if they gave Sheffield Wednesday a minus 12 points deduction in the first season, then they would have a minus 12 points deduction in every season. So I doubt that's the thing. Calvert-Lewin has had a big bid come in for him from Valencia, but we had one come in for Luca Digne from Barcelona. And I asked you guys whether it would be the right thing to do if massive clubs come in for bids for our players, whether we should accept them or not, or at least consider them. And the general consensus was yes, I should do that. Not necessarily just be like, oh, big club bids, sell him, but, you know, be open to the transfer and try and negotiate the best fee for the club. But Valencia are probably level with Everton with regards stature of club in Spain. Everton, arguably, the bigger club with more history. So I'm quite happy to reject that one. I'll push forward and train my players along the way. And then I'll see you in the next game, which was Sheffield United or Burnley. I can't remember quite which way round they were. Another big transfer offer, this time for Richarlison from Leipzig. Again, though, quite happy and comfortable to reject that bid. We obviously want to keep Richarlison at the club, and I don't think he'd consider a move to Leipzig anyway. So before we get to the next training session and into the game against Sheffield United, I think it's time I actually went and bought Ben Godfrey, don't you? He's really not that expensive. Everton have paid upwards of 20 million in real life, but we're going to be able to get him considerably cheaper than that. He's currently valued at 4.4. Was it 4.4? It was 4 point something. Yeah, 4.4. And I reckon if I just go in straight with a bid at 5.5, we might be able to just immediately sign him for that. Thank you very much, Norwich. Appreciate that very much indeed. He's only on £6,400 a week as well, so that should open up quite a large budget remaining in both transfer budget and wage budget for an upcoming winger to be signed by you guys. Squad role of rotation. He should be quite happy with that. Obviously, he's so lowly valued because he's overall he's only 72. Disregard a release clause, I think. He obviously has the potential to become quite good, but for the time being, he's quite happy, hopefully, to sign for about £15,000 a week, and I'll give him a 20 grand signing on fee, and that should be done deal. Oh no, they want a little bit more, 23 grand. I mean, it's hardly taking a massive chunk, is it? It's not quite what they're hoping for, because I removed the signing on fee, but the bonus. But he's in. We have ourselves a new rotation centre-back. So I could take Lursel out of there, put Ben Godfrey in there, and very happy with how that has ended up. Let me just swap these guys around as well, put him in the right position on my bench. And I can head now to the game against Sheffield United, knowing that we've started the window well. And hopefully you guys will help me end it well as well with your continued suggestions. Had an interesting player plus fee bid from AC Milan for James. Obviously, I'm rejecting, but they're offering me Lucas Paqueta, who probably has decent potential. So, James is more just a case of James is well sought after, showing you that his performances are certainly being noted by other large clubs around Europe. He has been wonderful for us so far this season. Still, we're only 6th though, so despite all of our good form and our high recent goal scoring run, we're still not progressing massively up the table. We haven't scored any more than the majority of the sides around us, really. Less than just one behind. Manchester United and Liverpool well ahead of us. Manchester City hadn't scored many throughout the course of the season. Haven't been conceding many either. We've obviously just got the goal difference of plus 22 at the minute. I say just plus 22. It's still a very healthy goal difference, but mainly because it's gone up plus 9 in the past 2 Premier League games. So certainly is slightly misleading, but looks like Sheffield United are going to have another 5 at the back formation for us. We beat them 4-0 last time we played them. So more of the same, hopefully. Sheffield United then. In goal, Aaron Ramsdale, who wasn't in goal last time we played him. He was on the bench. Baldock, Egan, Robinson, O'Connell and Stevens. Jean-Michel Seri, Rodrigo de Paul, Sander Berger in the midfield, Eloy McBurney and Luis Javier Suarez. Different Luis Suarez to the one that's now at Atletico. But I think he's formerly of Watford, maybe? Might be mistaken with that. I think he's formerly of Watford. We'll see what Sheffield United can do against us here. They were poor in the first game against them, although, as we say, they weren't playing Aaron Ramsdale on that occasion, so maybe having a better goalkeeper in between the sticks, and hopefully, from their fans' point of view, just a better individual performance from everybody on the field, they might stand a better chance here away from home. They aren't having the best of seasons, though, all told, and are down near the bottom of the table, so we'll see how they play here, but certainly I expect it to be, well, I hope it's more of a test than last time we played them. Certainly the way they've started the game here, they mean business. Can Ollie McBurney get himself a goal-scoring opportunity? He's worked that really well. Yes, he can, but he's kicked it straight at Jordan Pickford. Richarlison into Calvert-Lewin. Here's the man of the moment. The man who's got interest in him from AC Milan. James Rodriguez. Digne to Allen. Space for... Oh! What a vital interception. You know, if that found Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that was 1-0 Everton. That was a ridiculous interception from the Sheffield United man, and absolutely vital in keeping their clean sheet intact for now. Breaking well down this left-hand side now. Sheffield United. Berger into McBurney. Across to Jean-Michel Seri. Good footwork. Still they come forward. Sander Berger. Oh, I thought I'd gotten it away from him there. Good save by Pickford to deny Sander Berger. And the ball could come in here from Rodrigo de Paul from the corner. And leads. Sheffield United could yet still take the lead in this game. Egan has the support with him. He just needs to use it. Here's Luis Suarez. Oh, I thought it was going to go backwards there, and he didn't. Allen with a brilliant interception. I did not necessarily criticise Allen in a recent video, but mentioned that Doucouré had been the CDM that stood out more to me in playing than Allen throughout the course of this season so far. But you guys in the comment section put up a stout defence of Allen, and from a viewing perspective, you've been very impressed with him. So, good to see that he is getting the love from at least someone. I'm not loving him, if you know what I mean. I just was more impressed with Doucouré, but you guys have been impressed with Allen so far this season. So it's good to see that you guys really are seeing the best of everybody in this first team squad. Chelsea take a 2-0 lead against Leicester through N'Golo Kante after 26 minutes, and they're going to be hot on our heels trying to turn around their recent poor form and get themselves back in the picture for a top 4 finish. So if Chelsea are going to win, we really need to ensure that we get a victory as well to keep up the pressure on them and others around us. Allen making a move forward here. I could have gone back to Richarlison, I perhaps should have done, but Zaha is in, and there's the first goal of the game after 32 minutes. After some Sheffield United pressure at the other end, we take a 1-0 lead. Kenny forward to Calvert-Lewin. Oh, he's completely left the defenders for dead there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is in. Save from the keeper. Brilliant piece of footwork. Defence just weren't ready for it. But I've taken it a pace too far. I've not been able to tuck it away. Now on the counter-attack, I might be in trouble going the other way. Please don't, Sheffield United. I want this win. Thank you, Mason Holgate. Lovely interception. Playing really well at centre-back, Mason Holgate, and hopefully will continue to grow. Although Zaha could certainly do a little bit more with his passing. His finishing's been decent, but evidently he's not completely on his A game. McBurney to Sander Berger. Here's Luis Suarez holding it up. McBurney. Suarez again. Suarez again. Good tackle by Jean-Philippe. Yep, we'll hold our 1-0 lead till half-time. Sander Berger. In there to McBurney. Good footwork. And Berger. Oh, nice turn. And through. Looking for Seri Pickford. Out to... You are kidding me. Well. I've tried to throw that to Allen, who was there, and then... I can't believe it. Allen was all on his own, and then when I threw it, Suarez was like, I'm having that. First time chipped. I mean, I don't know why Pickford tried to dive for that. Be honest, mate. You were never going to get there. What a ridiculous first time finish from Luis Suarez. His first goal of the season. And I doubt he'll score any better. Right, there goes my clean sheet streak. In the Premier League, at least, after Grimsby scored against us in the FA Cup. I don't know whether that's a mistake from me or a mistake from Pickford or just one of those things where you give the ball to someone and then the attacker just reads it better and jumps in front. He's pushed me there, the defender, and Richarlison is in behind here, and we could immediately have... Oh, and he's on his own. Oh, the back post, Zaha, but the cross couldn't find him, and then the clearance nearly found him instead. Very nearly a mistake of the back from Sheffield United there. It's 1-1 here at Goodison Park. Mason Holgate again proving to be a great interceptor of passes himself. As Luis Suarez, Calvert-Lewin in there to James. Oh, and Egan's intercepting that one too. Don't tell me I'm going to rue that missed chance with Calvert-Lewin in the first half and not end up getting a victory here. I'm desperate to get a win now, especially after making such a glaringly obvious mistake as well. Wolves are 3-0 up against Aston Villa. Calvert-Lewin's on the run. Richarlison's on the run. I'll nod it ahead of him. I'll float it into the middle, looking for Calvert-Lewin, who can't quite get there. And United, again, will clear their lines. Suarez back to Seri. Forward nicely to McBurney. Jean-Michel Seri. McBurney again. Here's Sander Berger. Good save, Jordan Pickford. Good save, Jordan Pickford. Saved me there because that was some terrible defending. Suarez goes off. I'm not sure who's come on in his place. We'll find out momentarily. It's, whilst they try and get rid of this, Lys Mousset, who's on. No! Oh, no! Thank you, Jean-Philippe. I thought the defender was going to get there. Then I thought the keeper was going to get there. And they both just watched as the attacker. No! I was trying to block a pass and a shot. I'm going to have a bloody penalty. Oh, and Gabaman, who was the man that just saved me. I was just trying to get to the ball. I was just trying to... and I managed to intercept the pass with Digne as well. A penalty for Sheffield United, which Rodrigo de Paul is going to take. And Berry right in the side netting. We haven't lost for ages outside of the Merseyside defeat. That's the one game that stood out amongst a flurry of green results. I might have just single-handedly given Sheffield United victory here. I was like, oh, maybe we could up the difficulty if we, you know, destroy them again like we did last time. Well, I'm getting destroyed myself, and it's on my own bloody fault as well. Oh, Ches! That's the first time this has really happened this season. Sheffield United 2, Everton 1, and the finger pointing of blame. Moron. Moron-noid. Don't tell me you could play McBurney in for a third. He did, but thankfully McBurney's missed it. Nearly got an interception in there with Calvert-Lewin. Here comes their front line again. Mousset. Digne having to tuck in all the way from left back into a right centre back role to get onto that. Here's James. And now Calvert-Lewin is going to make that run, and we'll find him in behind the lines. Now, can he save my bacon here and get myself... Ah, no! I was trying to turn onto his right. The defender absolutely read me. So, oh, it might not yet. Come on, Calvert-Lewin. Oh, it's not the best of passes. Come on, Dominic. Come on, Dominic. You've got support arriving. There's Richarlison. He's done it on his left foot from distance recently, but he's not going to get the chance to do it here. Can I win that back? I can't. I lose at home to Sheffield United. The first goal was, well, odd. The second one was frustrating because I was just trying to block something. I wasn't going for the man. I wanted to try and intercept the pass or shot. Still ended up catching the man. Gave away the penalty. That's the most frustrating game we've had all year so far. Definitely. Thanks for all the first team chances. I'm proud of you, Mason. You've been playing spectacularly well. I have let you down there. That's my fault. Time to pick ourselves up and go again before the game against Burnley. Betis have bid for Matias Zarracho, £24.8 million. It's a fee we could afford, but I'm not going to be like, oh, someone wants one of the guys that I'm potentially interested in, because I'm waiting for your feedback as well. Oi, oi, oi. I think the sooner we forget about that Sheffield United game, the better. That's one of those you just kind of, right, shut the door, leave that behind, and we'll concentrate on what's coming ahead, shall we? Burnley's 11 then here at Turf Moor. Nick Pope in goal. Jimmy Dunn, Patrick, Kevin Long and Eric Peters. Hatterboer, Cork, Brownhill and Robbie Brady. Jay Rodriguez and Ashley Barnes as the front two. They are 17th in the table right now, Burnley. So, not having a good season. But Sheffield United were 19th, having won 2 of their 18 games so far this season. So I don't think that current form at the moment is something to take into account, especially considering the form that we were in prior to that Sheffield United game. But it was mistakes, really, that let Sheffield United win that game. Cut those mistakes out and let it just be a one-off, and I'll be very happy. Alan has certainly started the game on the right foot, and Richarlison could set Calvert-Lewin in, and he could set Richarlison in, and maybe we could, start the game with a goal. Oh, James didn't even know he had the ball there momentarily, and I've lost it again anyway. Oh, frantic opening 4 minutes. Brownhill nicely through the gap to Robbie Brady. The defenders were calling for offside, but nothing from the linesman. Bit of a fancy pass. Eric Peters driving inside. Brownhill. Barnes. No, please, Ashley. No, please, Ashley. Thank you. Mason Holgate takes it away. Ben Godfrey gets his first start in today's game. And also, Andre Gomes gets a start ahead of Abdoulaye Doucouré in the midfield, just to give some fringe players a little bit more first-team football. I can't quite find James. Hopefully, Godfrey can have a decent game. He's taken the number 3 shirt to start with. And, well, that's a great start. The first time I've been in control of him. And he puts in an excellent standing tackle. Keep going, please. Thank you, John Joe. Richarlison is there again. And Calvert-Lewin is available. Although it's gone to James. And we'll look to bend it from the edge of the box. But put it wide. Corner for Burnley just after the half hour. That's a great delivery. Challenge. Ashley Barnes wins the aerial encounter. And Burnley take a 1-0 lead. We lost the first header. I'm not sure who it was underneath that. And then the second header. It's just a good leap from Ashley Barnes to ensure that he got there first. Andre Gomes is the man underneath it, I think. Just a good header. Just lost 2 aerial encounters there. And we find ourselves 1-0 down. There's not really much you can do about that. You can challenge as much as you want, but if someone's taller than you and better physically than you, and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time as a defending player trying to challenge for something like that, there's not much I can do there to try and stop him from scoring. That's just great physical play from Burnley, as to be fair, you would expect from a side like Burnley. Hold the man off Calvert-Lewin. Held one off, ran into a second. Still 1-0 down here. Don't let's fall apart. Oh, come on. Don't let's fall apart at a crucial time of the season. Just when I'm trying to entice new players to the club, we might well be going from our best run of form of the season to our worst run of form of the season against sides we really shouldn't be having struggles against. We won 4-0 against Sheffield United last time. Arguably, I should have won 1-0 against them that time if it weren't for the mistakes. But we beat Burnley 3-0 last time we played them as well. And for the time being, it looks like we might be losing this one, although there's plenty of time to turn this result around. Richarlison held himself onside there really well. I'll get this back central, looking for James first. Drop the shoulder, turn, or lace shot this one rather than trying to finesse it. Don't even get it to go towards goal as it's blocked at source. It's going to be 1-0 to Burnley at half-time. Such is things in the world of football. Things go your way, things then don't go your way. There are peaks and valleys in form. We appear to be in a bit of a dip right now, but big second half upcoming to try and turn that round. Burnley pressing in the midfield, but that is gonna leave gaps in between the lines of midfield and defence. Gaps that hopefully we can exploit. James could be there in the middle if I can find him with a delivery. Patrick is in the way, unfortunately. We've got Burnley on the back foot at the beginning of the half, but I suppose we did that in the first half as well and weren't really able to make it pay, were we? David Alaba, transfer confirmed to Liverpool. I haven't actually been paying too much attention to what other transfers have been going through in this window so far. I certainly should do, so as you guys know who might not actually be available as a potential winger to come in this window. So at the end of this game, before we end the episode, I'll have a look at the most recent deals in this window so far, so you guys can get a good idea of who we could sign or who we couldn't sign moving forward for the rest of this January transfer window. Zaha will try and cross this time. That's decent. Calvert-Lewin with a header. I just can't seem to score headers with Calvert-Lewin this season. Can't even get them on target. Frustrating. Bergies off the bench. Nice tackle by Godfrey and interception by Godfrey. Still Burnley get the ball forward. Holgate can't get out of his feet quick enough. Godfrey's there again. Well, that's how to make an impression, isn't it? Only 72 rated, but certainly having an impact in defence. Calvert-Lewin's actually dropped short there. It's not actually going to do me that many favours by doing that, mate, because now I don't have many options. Try and lift this to Richarlison in behind, and he's weighted it perfectly to beat the defender. If I could just turn and slot the ball through the gap that was opening there to get it back to Allen, we could have found an equalising goal, or an opportunity for one at least. Still waiting for that equalising goal to come, though. I'm starting to get genuinely concerned. I'm about to lose back-to-back games to relegation candidates. No, I mean, I suppose if Liverpool can lose 7-2 to Villa, we can lose to Burnley and Sheffield United. But we might not yet be losing to Burnley because Calvert-Lewin has another goal and he smacked it back. Can we have 2 for that, please? The ball crossed the line again, ref. That's 2-1. We're winning against Burnley. Let's go. Calvert-Lewin with a brace. Bogies into Barnes. Nicely intercepted by Allen. That was really well done. And James tries to find Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison again on the move. Allen is arriving. Here he is. James is there. Try and turn the man. I'm going to go backwards for support and then try and find James again through a gap that Jack Cork closes too quickly. And now here they come, coming the other way. I'm worried about drawing my defenders out of position, to be honest, because I don't want to open up gaps for them to exploit. Oh, Digne. Not Digne, Mason. Not Mason. John Joe Kenny. Get your defenders right, Ches. Can't quite win the ball back. Jack Cork. Yes, Allen. No, Jack Cork's won it back again. Bergis. Yes, Mason Holgate. There we go. That was Mason that time. Having to rely very heavily on interceptions here to try and keep Burnley out. But they've been doing their own great defensive work in this game. It hasn't, unfortunately, gotten the clean sheet they would have hoped for after being 1-0 up. But with just 5 minutes to go, I would love to grab a last-gasp winner here if we can. He started to hold his run there, Zaha, and I thought he was just going to duck back in time for me to be able to play the pass, but unfortunately not. With 3.5 minutes to go, Matthew Lowton is on for Jimmy Dunn, and I think that might be all she wrote for this one at 1-1. Unless, with them giving the ball away there, we can get something even more than the single point we're currently on for. James, great first touch. Oh, no, have I taken that too far? Oh, heavy touch from James Rodriguez, just when you need the composure. And of all the people on the pitch you'd have said would have had the composure to get away from the defender, keep it within his reach, and get the ball under control to turn it home, you'd have said James was the man. It's a 1-1 draw away from home against Burnley, but we could have won it late on there. Oh, man, they only had one chance throughout the whole game as well, and it was the one that gave them the goal they needed to earn the point. We'll go to the press conference. Ha! Oh, I'm annoyed at myself. But still creating chances. Still playing relatively well. We were resilient today. We had to be on the back of the defeat. The players didn't look tired. Football is very unpredictable, as you guys know from the results over the weekend. I didn't underestimate my opponents at all. But we've learnt that you certainly can't relax at this level. And even though Burnley and Sheffield United were relegation candidates, you can't relax or write them off at any point. We've got West Brom next, who are rock bottom of the table. Then is Bournemouth in the FA Cup in the next round, and then Chelsea at the end of the month. But I won't advance any further because I want you guys to, of course, give me your feedback for transfer suggestions moving forward. West Brom on 8 points. Sheffield United have since beaten us and then won again. So they'd won 2 games in 21 and have now won back-to-back games after beating Crystal Palace by 2-1. Crystal Palace, who are 9th. Lost as many games as they've won, though. 10-10. What a season for Crystal Palace. So up and down. Sheffield United, though, looking to go on a Premier League survival charge with 15 games to go. I think West Brom are doomed, though. But certainly I want to make sure that if I'm going to beat anyone, surely it has to be West Brom. Right, I was going to show you quickly the transfer history from this window so far, wasn't I? So let's sort by date. So far in this window, Nacho Fernandez has come from Real Madrid to Manchester United on a free. I imagine that's a pre-contract, and he'll join them next season. Are there any other big ones in here? Rudiger's gone to Paris Saint-Germain from Chelsea for £27.8 million. Dwight Gale to Huesca on loan. Andre to Sheffield United. Let's have a look. Paulinho to Bordeaux for 17.6. Paulinho is supposed to be a half-decent growth prospect, so surprised to see Leverkusen let him go. Lima to Inter Milan. Pozzuelo to AC Milan. Paqueta to Frankfurt. Obviously, Milan offered me Paqueta earlier in the month as part of the deal for James, so they're obviously wanting to offload him. You wonder who they'll get in as a replacement. Unless Pozzuelo is the replacement a day later, but I'm not sure he's of the right quality, really, for a side like AC Milan. Gulam has gone to Schalke. They've signed a left-back. Any other big ones? João Mario, that's big-ish, I guess. £21.8 million. James Ward-Prowse to Wolves for 31.6. That's an interesting one. Southampton letting go one of their better players. Lucas Leiva to Leverkusen. Lars Bender to Sevilla. Suarez to Buenos Aires, or Boca Juniors as they are in real life. David Alaba to Liverpool, for 40.3. That's what the fee was. We saw it mentioned in a game earlier on. And that is all of the most recent ones. Can we have a look and see what the biggest ones of this window are so far? So Thomas Partey to Juventus, Lima, and then Alaba are the biggest deals so far in this window. And Rudiger is the most recent one. Supriaga to Real Madrid is one that I'm intrigued to see who he is. I will scout him just out of pure curiosity to see who Real Madrid have picked up. But, lads, please, your transfer suggestions for a backup winger. Potentially a youngster who could grow. Preferably not just someone that is all pace and nothing else. That's not necessarily the route I want to go down. I'd like to have someone that has at least some technical ability alongside them as well. But I won't record the next episode until I've seen your feedback on this and yesterday's episodes. So thank you very much for watching. As ever, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell. Drop this video a like. Let's hit 3,000 again. You haven't let me down yet. Let's not have today be the first time. I'll see you tomorrow.